Hi everyone, hope that you're doing well. In this video I'm going to be unboxing the July Inku crate, and if you'd like to save $3 off your first Inku crate, make sure to use my code Marie3 and the link in the description box below. And also my kids did an unboxing of the same Inku crate, so if you want to see their reaction then make sure to check out their video. I'll link it at the end. So at the end of this video, I'm going to be doing sort of a journaling video using some of the items that I got from my Inku crate box, so make sure to stay tuned for that if you guys are interested. So the first item was that sticker set. This is the next one. This is such a cute little lemon popsicle bar sticky memo, and you can use it for a sticky memo, and they're using it as a gift tag in the picture. And this is such a perfect little sticky note set for summer, I think. So what I like about this is how it comes with so many sticky notes. It's actually a really fat pad of sticky notes, and the only thing is it's a little bit hard to take off, so you have to be careful not to rip off half of the popsicle stick. So here's the next item. This is probably my favorite thing in the box. I love this little penguin character. I don't know what the name of the penguin is, but this is a blind bag, sort of. You know you're gonna get a stamp, but you don't know which stamp you're gonna get. There were like 10 different designs, and I got this one. I'm not sure what this says. Leave a comment below if you know what the text reads. But it's just like a simple blue stamp, and it also comes with this packet. Whenever I get these blind bags, I always like to look at the little insert that comes with it, and I like to see what other items that they offered and which one I would have chosen. I might have gotten the OK one where the penguin's holding his arm up, or maybe the one where it's the boy penguin with the girl penguin. The stamp quality is not that great. It's a little bit inconsistent, so sometimes the ink blots more heavily in one place than another. But I think if once the ink starts to run out a little bit more, it might be a little bit more consistent. I'm not sure. So the next item is this Morning Glory flower eraser. I think this is a Morning Glory. Usually when I see them they're purple and yellow, but maybe this is just a different variation. Oh, this one was a really cool item. This is sort of a transparent tape. It's not washi tape, but it sort of has a vellum type of finish to it, and it has this gorgeous sunset pattern. So the texture of the tape is just really smooth. It's kind of like that Scotch tape that comes in the green package, and it goes on really nicely. When you hold it out like this, it doesn't look that nice, but then when you put it on a white piece of paper, it just has this beautiful sunset pattern, and the sky is sort of a gradient color. The clouds are pink. I just love this tape. July and August is festival season in Japan, and so this is sort of a summer festival themed pen. There's always fireworks and Japanese dancing and games, so they have like the goldfish to symbolize the games, I think, and there's some morning glories on the pen as well. It's just a red and black dual color pen. So here's another dual color item. This is a pencil that has red lead on one side and blue lead on the other side, and it has a nice butterfly pattern on it. So when summer rolls around in Japan, you'll find a lot of cool touch items, and it's basically this fabric that when you touch it to your skin, it has sort of a cool sensation. So you know, this one is a scarf that you can wrap around your neck in the summer to sort of keep you cool. And if it gets hot, you can just take it off and wave it around and it'll cool off again. And they make blankets and all sorts of things. We actually got like a cool touch sheet set for our bedroom in Japan, and they make blankets and all sorts of things. So the next item is this sticker set. I love these fans. They're so pretty. You use them for Japanese dancing, or you can just use them to fan yourself. So they have all different designs, all featuring sort of summery things like fireworks and watermelon and koi fish. I see some shaved ice and morning glories. So super pretty and summery. Next we have a friction highlighter, and this is sort of a pretty pastel blue color. It looks like they've changed the design. I like how it has like a clear covering. But these are just pastel highlighters, but the nice thing about these is that you can erase them. So if you ever highlighted something accidentally and you wish you could go back, then you can do that with this pen because it's erasable. And I think it's actually the friction between the pen and the ink that causes the ink to like turn clear. And last but not least, we have this Pokemon Campus Notebook. This is a really nice paper. I love the campus notebooks. Just super simple lined paper, and this one has a really cute design. So now I'm going to do sort of a journal with me type of video, and I'm going to use some of the supplies that I got in my Inku crate box. And I think this is the best way to use your Inku crate supplies, is to do like journaling or scrapbooking or just decorating things in your notebook. I think that's my favorite way to use Inku crate supplies. And I picked out a few pictures from the past spring, from my daughter's dance recital and soccer and just the last day of school. So my kids are at the age where they do a lot of extracurricular activities, and it's kind of hectic. I mean, to always have to take them here and there. So I try to minimize the activities that I put them in, and whenever I sign them up for something, I want to get their buy-in first. I don't want to just sign them up for something that they don't want to do, because it takes a lot of my time to take them to the activity, and I have other things that I'd rather be doing. So if they don't want to go, then we're all losing, because I don't want to go and waste my time taking them to something that they don't want to do. And I also have to put up with the complaining, like I don't want to go to whatever activity. So I always try to talk to them before we start and get their commitment and let them know the time frame. So for example, my daughter wanted to take dance, but the only dance class that was where they wore required masks in my area, which is the one I had to sign up for, of course. You had to do a 1-year commitment. You couldn't just sign up for like a 3-month time frame. So I had a long talk with her and said, you know, this is like a 1-year commitment. If you want me to do this, then you have to agree to take dance for an entire year, and I don't want to hear any complaining about it. This is something that I'm going out of my way to do for you. I'm paying money for you to take this class, and so you have to be committed to it and give your best effort. Because in the past she wanted to take tennis, and so I said okay, so I signed her up for tennis, but halfway through she got kind of bored with tennis, and it was also really hot outside, so she dreaded going to tennis, and quite frankly so did I. And she would complain about going to tennis, and I was kind of annoyed because I didn't really want to go and sit out there in the hot sun and wait for her to play tennis. I would rather do something else, but we had already committed to this. I'd spent my money on the lessons, and so for her to be complaining about it, it was just so annoying to me. So, you know, I got her commitment to do that in advance, and The reason that I signed my kids up for these extracurricular activities is because I feel like once you get to a certain age, everybody has already invested their time in something, like from a young age. So like if she starts to try to play she played soccer once when she was like really young and she didn't like it. But if she wanted to start soccer now, her peers would have been playing since they were 5 years old, and so she would be way behind them. So it would be much harder for her to join a sport like at her current age. Or the same, I felt the same way for dance, but she was able to catch up quickly, actually. So I mean, so that's the case. Like she's 9 right now, but if it would be even harder for her to start playing sports at age 13 when all of her peers would have been playing since they were like 5 or 6. So that's why I wanted to get them involved in something so that when they got to high school, they could, have a group of friends that they already felt like they belonged with. And I think that playing sports or dance or doing some activity is a really good way to meet other people and to make friends, and it's just a natural way to like have a sense of belonging, which I think is important when you get to high school. And so I want my kids to have that, so I think it's important to start them in activities at their age. So that's kind of why I try to spend my time taking them to extracurricular activities, but I don't like overschedule them because my husband does not want to spend his time taking them to any activity. So the burden is all on me. If my kids want to do soccer, dance, any sports, I have to take them. And I work full-time from home, plus I do my YouTube channel, so I don't have a lot of free time. So I let them do like one activity per year so far. And my daughter has really liked dance, so I'll probably continue that. Maybe she can pick up an extra class or two if she really likes it or she really wants to. So when I was younger, something that you might not know about me is that I played basketball for about 10 years. I started when I was in about 1st or 2nd grade, and I played in this Japanese basketball league through my church. And there are other groups of like Japanese people who played basketball. But I never played high school basketball. By the time I reached high school, I had been playing basketball for 8 years. So you would think that I would have been pretty good, but I was one of the tallest people on my team when I played in this Japanese league. And so I was always like the center or the forward. So I wasn't that good at handling the ball. I wasn't that good at dribbling, and I think that was a huge disadvantage for me because I didn't make the high school basketball team, because in high school I would have been one of the shortest people on the team, and I would have had to have good ball handling skills, but I didn't. And when I didn't make the team after having played for 8 years, including in junior high school, I felt so devastated. And I don't think I ever had that kind of feeling of rejection before. And I was just so sad. I just didn't make the team. And there were no second chances. I mean, with 8 years of experience playing basketball, I wasn't even like a bench warmer, which was so sad. And I never wanted to be a cheerleader or a dancer. I always wanted to be an athlete. And so, looking back on myself and like just, I'm a little older, so I can look at this from like sort of, I have more perspective. I was not a great athlete. I just don't have like natural athletic abilities. And so I was just really a mediocre basketball player. But I really wanted to do a sport. I ended up joining the track and cross country team, which you don't have to try out for. Everyone makes it. If you want to do it, you can do it. So I ended up doing that, and it ended up being really good for me because, running is a really healthy habit, and it's something that you can do as an adult on your own time. You don't have to have teammates. So it's something that like I continue to do throughout my lifetime. I ran the New York Marathon many years ago, and I've done multiple half marathons. And then now I've sort of like stopped doing distance running because it's really hard on your body. But yeah, going back to basketball, I spent so much time on it and I was just never that good. It was just a fun social activity that I did, and when I was in high school I had my school friends, and then outside of school I had this group of friends that I hung out and played basketball with. So I always felt like I had good friends, and I wasn't too invested in high school and my high school friends because I felt like I had something outside of that, and I think it was really good for me and healthy, and so I want the same thing for my kids. But I see my older daughter Sienna, and I think that her athletic abilities are on par with mine, but I think she's really good at dancing. Like, she just has the body of a dancer, and she's very graceful. And so I think she can really excel at that. But it's not that important to me for her to like join a competition team or anything. I just want her to like do something outside of school that makes her happy. I want her to have a group of friends that, you know, she has something outside of school. And so, you know, I don't mind taking her to that, and I would be happy to take her to other activities that she enjoyed equally as much. But as a parent now, I feel bad for my mom. My poor mom had 3 kids in all kinds of sports, especially my brother. And so she definitely spent her weekends in the car shuttling kids to and from practice and games and lessons and kumon and whatnot. So I really appreciate what my mom did for us now as an adult. And so anyway, thanks to COVID, I was able to put some of that on hold for a couple of years. Like, I didn't want to put my kids in extracurriculars because of COVID, but now that like we're kind of resuming normal life, you know, we've gone back to doing activities. Anyway, just a few thoughts. I'm interested to hear what you guys have done as extracurricular activities or how you feel about them. And as always, I want to give a big thank you and shout out to all my Patreons and channel members. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. I really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.